Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger and my friends, it's leak season again. Leaks happen, but it's the news and it's my job to report the news, but don't worry, this is the kind of leak that's gonna get you excited. Because we now know some, although not all, but some of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves Season 2 as far as the character lineup goes. So what happened? Well, there's a Japanese outlet called GameSpark, and they may have posted some stuff a little ahead of schedule, but you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Once it's out there, it's news. And just to preface this, all we know is characters. As far as Season 2, I'm sure it's going to come with a substantial patch, mechanics changes, character change, all that. We don't know what those are. We'll cover that when that happens. But now, let's talk characters. Let's talk DLC. So we got this lovely splash image here, and Fatal Fury City of the Wolves Season 2 coming January 22nd. So that's really close from now. That's next week, y'all. So if you're a fan of fighting games, Fatal Fury Season 2 launching on 22nd, and the actual launch of 2XKO, like 1.0, the real, like whatever you want to call it, right? No more early access. That's on the 20th or the 21st, depending on your time zone. So there's a lot of good fighting game goodness happening in this very short amount of time. I'm going to be very busy on the channel, so stay tuned because there's going to be a lot of videos in that time frame. And naturally, it'd be remiss of me not to mention, hey, this splash art's got some new faces on it that we ain't ever seen before. We got Wolfgang Krauser von Stroheim. Remember a bit ago when they had the whole animatic of, hey, this is the final fight from Fatal Fury 2, and here's the alleged death of Wolfgang Krauser, and then turns out maybe he didn't die. Well, funny story about that is, he didn't die. Here he is looking rad as all hell. He's got like his classical purple hair with gray hairs mixed in. That's actually kind of sick. I dig that a lot. There's a fairly significant time skip between Fatal Fury 2 and where we are in City of the Wolves, so he just got old. I love it when fighting game characters are just allowed to get old. It's a fairly recent invention, but then again, the genre's been around since the 90s, so the characters are getting old with the genre. And I'm getting old with it too, and that part's not as fun. Existential dilemma, folks, but hey, Wolfgang Krauser looks amazing. And then, of course, hey, there's Blue Mary and Geese Howard. So, Blue Mary is the least surprising of all this. If you played any amount of City of the Wolves and you went through like a lot of the single-player content, she's been there, like fully complete model, everything. Just in cutscenes, but you don't put a complete full model of an existing character in the cutscenes unless you plan to put them as DLC later. So not terribly surprising, but then, hey, there's Geese Howard. Also not surprising to a degree, but they're honoring the legacy, Geese's legacy, ha ha ha. If you played the game, you know, right? But they're honoring the legacy of Geese here, and that this is not regular Geese Howard, this is Nightmare Geese, which means Geese is still dead, y'all. That said, though, let's just cut to the wider roster that we know. So out of the gate, we're going to talk more about this, but out of the gate, hey, look, 6 slots. Eat your heart out, Street Fighter. And now, let's look at this. So Kim Jae-hoon, January. And Nightmare Geese, February. Blue Mary, March. Wolfgang Krauser, April. And then 2 more, May and June, to be determined later. So let's talk through it. So Kim Jae-hoon, it's one half of the Kim twins. Like, it was sort of inevitable he would wind up. A lot of people were surprised he wasn't in the base launch roster. If you've seen me post on social media or on the community tab here on this channel, for New Year's, I've been doing a lot of New Year, New Me kind of stuff because I've been going through a lot of changes personally. And part of that, as celebration of Season 2 of Fatal Fury, is I will forgive Kim Jae-hoon. It's very well known I don't like any of the Kim clan characters or their stupid faces. But in spirit of New Year, New Me, all that kind of stuff, Kim Jae-hoon, you are forgiven. Kim Kaphwan and Dong Hwan are not forgiven. You guys can rot. I don't give a crap about you. You're not new with the new year. Jae-hoon is, so he's the one that's forgiven. That said, though, that's one of the 2 characters we expected at launch, right? There's no Freeman still. Freeman missing in action. Next up, February, Nightmare Geese. So again, this is Nightmare Geese. This is not regular Geese Howard. Nightmare Geese is basically actually like a bad dream of Terry's. So unless stated otherwise, he's still canonically dead. He's alive in the King of Fighters timeline, which is not the same as the Fatal Fury timeline. Here, he's still dead. But he's Geese Howard, y'all. People like Geese Howard a lot. Geese has one of the most iconic movesets of fighting game history. People will like playing Geese Howard. Other than worrying about lore and canonical stuff, for the game, this is a huge win. And, just like Blue Mary, which we'll talk about, if you've done any of the single player stuff, you've seen his model, right? He looks like $1 million. He looks really good. Geese being playable finally, big win for the game. Nothing else to say but that. And Mary, again, she's been in the various story modes and various cutscenes. We have a complete model. Fans of more athletic women, you'll be very happy with her model as what we've seen so far. She's rocking some abs as well as a sick jacket as well. So look forward to it. And again, Wolfgang Krauser. So we hinted at him, he's here. I love the new look. I love him having like purple and gray hair. That's such a cool combo. I'm sure it must have happened somewhere before, but usually you don't see gray hairs mixed in with like, anime colors for hairstyles. Rocking his armor as well, the classical armor. And it's part of the character model here, so he might actually fight in it, so that'd be pretty cool. So hey, good stuff. Now there's 2 more things to talk about, not the least of which, we got mystery characters. So mystery characters are exactly that. We have 4 people here from Fatal Fury: Jae-hoon, Geese, Mary, and Krauser. And if we got mystery characters, I don't know, but I think it's safe to assume these will be guest characters. So we had that recently released animatic that we talked about on the channel not too long ago. That's very much Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. And by the way, this little piece of paper there absolutely says KOF, because Fatal Fury is the King of Fighters tournament. And SNK put this out, so I think it's a safe bet. Kenshiro of Fist of the North Star fame will be one of these 2 mystery characters, one of the 2 guest characters for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Say that launches in May, then it's right out before EVO, and probably spike up those registration numbers because people are going to want to play Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. And then another character. So I hear rumors, and no, this isn't me being cute where like I actually know and I'm trying to be fun with it. No, I don't actually know. But I've heard some educated speculation, and if it's who I've been hearing, people will be pretty happy with that. So all in all, pretty big stuff, I think you would agree. A bunch of classic characters that people want. We have Wolfgang Krauser, Blue Mary, Geese, and Jae-hoon. There's obviously a weakest character of those 4, and Jae-hoon is it. I'm sorry. I've forgiven him, but you're still the weak link. And potentially 2 more guests, but like, that's not even the biggest thing about this. Again, so season 2 starts in January. That's perfectly fair. Not quite a full year, but whatever. Like, it's okay. But to me, the biggest story is back on that little sheet. 6 characters. Again, Street Fighter 6, eat your heart out, right? 6 characters. Last season was 5, so it was already more than average. And they also released characters ahead of schedule, so SNK is really kicking butt on that front. So 6 characters, great. But look at the months. January, February, March, April, May, June. That's a character a month. And it's not like the game ends in June. It's not like they're going to put out a character every month for 6 months straight. Stop in June, then see you next January. The way I'm reading this, and again, I don't know for sure, so don't take it like that. I'm speculating, but the way I'm reading this is there might be a character every month of the year, because we have 6 now for the first 6 months, and then when we get to June, and then we'll do EVO or something, big reveal, then here's July to December characters. You don't be so specific with the months and then and exactly halfway through the year, and then just say, okay, well, 6-month content gap. If they are trying to show up Street Fighter, do not emulate Street Fighter by doing a 6-month content gap. Trust me, I read the comments. People don't like that. So what I'm speculating here is this is already big on its face, but we're only seeing half the picture for the year. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Like, this has obviously been leaked out a few days ahead of schedule. I don't know what exact day it was supposed to be out, probably in a few more days. But I get the read this is very deliberate. We all know SNK has a lot more money these days, and if you're trying to pull a power play, that'd be one to pull. And again, yes, stuff is leaked in the past, but as the Kenshiro video has proven, the leak doesn't necessarily tell the whole tale. And if what I heard about that other guest character is true, then doubly so. So yeah, on its face, Season 2, a bunch of returning characters that are fan favorites, some more guest characters it would seem, Kenshiro and whoever else it may be. Obviously the Street Fighter characters, the guest characters for Street Fighter, that was a very big deal, and these ones might be bigger yet. And then there's at least 6 characters. That's huge, and it might be bigger yet. And of course, like, I'm excited for all this. I'm excited for what the patch is going to be, right? Characters like Hotaru have been on the top for far too long. I want to see what they want to do, like systems level wise, mechanics wise. I'm sure they got a lot of fun stuff with that in mind. Just what exactly are they gonna do? Rest assured, when there's patch notes, I'll do my best to cover them all in a video. That and 2XKO, because it's going to be roughly the same time. Please pray for my sleep schedule. But yeah, it's early in the year, and for fighting games, it's already a very exciting time of the year. Usually January's sort of dead for fighting games. And this January, things are kind of explosive, it would seem. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. And of course, more coverage on everything as we know more. But that all said, my friends, that is it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Fatal Fury.